Baseball with Bruce Johnson. Bruce, we talked about it earlier in the show. Perrysburg going to a third straight Final Four. Dave Hall has had great teams in the past, but none quite like this one.
No, first of all, let me ask you, what happened on April 21st?
I'm trying to think. That's not when my birthday was. My birthday's in June, right?
That's the last time the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets lost. It has been well over a month. They have 19 straight wins. You go back to their district final game, they won 14-12 over Medina. They won yesterday 7-6 on an Asher Lattimore walk-off. And today, they win 1-0. Andrew Sharpie was great on the hill, went the distance, and in the third inning, Dexter Arbinger and J.D. Zeeb got base hits. Ryan Reddick was able to bring him in with a ground out, and the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets had one run. But then we go to the sixth inning. Maslin Jackson loaded the bases with just one out. A line drive to Mason Kessinger in right field. He makes a terrific throw to home plate. There's a collision, but Asher Lattimore, yesterday's hero, was able to hold on to it. And we go to the seventh inning. They were able to get out of it, win 1-0, and they're going to Akron next week for their third straight Final Four. Congratulations to the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets. It doesn't get any easier, though. They're going to play the Cincinnati Moeller, who is also 25-6 on the year and a great high school baseball team.
And here's the crazy thing about the win today against Medina. Perrysburg went 11 innings against Strongsville. It's ridiculous. Sam Newcomb, who called the game, said, "We don't know who's going to be pitching." They emptied the clip in the extra inning win. So for them to have Andrew Sharpie on the mound, be as sharp, no pun intended, as he was, what does that say about this Yellow Jacket team?
That they got four and more than that quality pitchers that Dave Hall can trust at any time. And that's so impressive. Tyler Palmer was good yesterday, but they needed help. Ferris came in, shut the door down, and today it was Sharpie. And I'm just so happy for Dave Hall. He's going back for the fifth time. This hopefully is the year he gets that elusive state championship. And I think what was so impressive today, Yao, they had 9 men left on base, did Maslin Jackson, 6 in scoring position.
And Perrysburg still pulling out the win, heading to its third straight Final Four. Meanwhile, in Division II, you want to talk about great pitching.
Yes.
Clay has given us that all postseason long. Landon Eckelberry on the mound for the Eagles against Big Walnut. But in the end, another extra inning classic. Big Walnut coming out with the win to eliminate the Clay Eagles.
Yeah, unfortunately, Big Walnut did win 2-1. It was a great high school baseball game. I was so glad to be able to call it. Clay broke out 1-0, but the thing was in the third inning, Clay left too many runners stranded on base. And that, I put an asterisk in my scorebook. It came back to bite him. A bunt single in extra innings past Bryce Bestgrove, who came in to relieve Eckelberry. Just couldn't come up with it. The runner scored from second. But I tell you what, the defensive plays we've seen.
You saw some
great. It
great,
was unbelievable.
Unreal.
One right after another. Hats off. Jimmy Phillips and the Clay Eagles, hold your head high. You guys had a great season. I know it stings right now, but so proud Northwest Ohio is of the Clay Eagles.
You talked about the fact that Clay's bats weren't able to come alive, but when you think about this entire postseason, a 1-0 win over St. John's to go to the district final, in that district final game, a 1-0 win over St. Francis. So we know Clay can win these tight games, even when the bats aren't working out in the Eagles' favor, but why didn't that work out in the regional semis?
It didn't work out. They could not get the runners, the key 2-out hits, the timely hits. They couldn't do it. And they didn't really have the base runners to play the small ball that Jimmy Phillips would have liked to have too. When your pitching gives up 2 runs in 8 innings, you're not going to complain. Yesterday it happened just not be enough for the Eagles.
And there's a lot of teams we spoke about earlier in the season that could be contenders. The Anthony Waynes, the Clays, the Perrysburgs. But when you talk about how the season ends for a lot of teams, you go to the NLL, and the team that caught your eye is a team that hadn't won a district championship since 2019, but here they are as your spotlight team, the Southview Cougars.
The Southview Cougars, 15-12 on the season, and Tim McCarthy did a fabulous job. When you look at it, Lucas Gurley, Adam LaPlace, Ben Kotnick, Will Collier, and Jacob Huss led that team. Southview never gave up. They battled. They had a terrific season. and so proud of the Southview Cougars for their year that they had.
And now let's go to your top 10, because Southview, Perrysburg, Clay, Anthony Wayne, all littered within your top 10. The top 4 really are the only changes. Perrysburg, the only team left standing from the area as your number 1 team. You have Clay, St. Francis, and Findlay. Why the changes in the top 4?
I think the big thing for me is Perrysburg still standing, like you said. They're still playing, and they're playing their best baseball. When they were 6-6, I told you, no panic, don't worry. This is a great team. Clay moved down to number 2 because they bowed out yesterday, and St. Francis and Findlay had great seasons. To finish 3rd and 4th is no shame at all, but all those teams on the top 10 had a great year.
And finally, as we prepare to wrap up, we look ahead to the Final Four. It's going to be Perrysburg versus Archbishop Moeller. Perrysburg has shown, you alluded to it, that it can win in a variety of ways. The high-scoring 14-12 games in the district finals, the 1-0 wins in the regional finals. But what is going to be the key for the Yellow Jackets to not just make it to a 3rd straight Final Four, but now win it all?
Just played their game. They're in all likelihood going to see a young man named Matt Pontoski, who's one of the best pitchers in high school baseball in the country. They've got to find a way to elevate his pitch count, get on base, and when they do it, they'll probably have to play some small ball too. But you know what? It's the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. So I'm rooting for them so hard next week.
It's funny, I texted Perrysburg head coach Dave Hall and I asked him, how do your guys keep doing it? And he said, I have no idea. We don't either. We're going to try to break you down anyway. Bruce Johnson joining us in studio. Bruce, appreciate the time.
Thank you, Yao.